Om. 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 Ganapataye Namaha. Om Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakar Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us take in Shiva Shakti through 5 deep breaths. Om Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Satyam Dhyanam Nityamanakasham Paramakasham Goshtha-prangana-rinkhanalola-manayasam Paramayasam Maya-kalpita-nadakaram Bhuvanakaram Kshmamanatham Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam Mritsnamatsi-heti yashoda Tadana-shaishava-santrasam Vyadita-vaktralokitalokaloka-chaturdash Lokalim Lokatraya-pura-moola-stambham Loka-lokamanalokam Lokesham Paramesham Pranamata गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् त्रैवेष्टपरिपुवीरघ्नं क्षितिभारघ्नं भवरोगघ्नं कैवल्यं नवनीताहारमनाहारं भुवनाहारम् वैमल्यस्फुटचेतो वृत्तिविशेष भासमनाभासम् शैवं केवलशान्तं प्रणमत गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् गोपालं भूलीला विग्रह गोपालं कुलगोपालम् गोपीकेलन गोवर्धन धृति लीलालालित गोपालम् गोभिर्निगदित गोविन्दस्फुट नामानं बहुनामानं गोधी गोचर दूरं प्रणमत गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् गोपीमण्डल गोष्ठी भेदं भेदावस्थमभेदाभम् शश्वत् गुह्यकर निर्धूतोद्गत धूलीधूसर सौभाग्यम् श्रद्धा भक्ति गृहीतानन्दमचिन्त्यं चिन्तित सद्भावम् चिन्तामणिमहिमानं प्रणमत गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् स्नानव्याकुलयोषिद्वस्त्रमुपादायागमुपारूढम् व्यादित्सन्तीरथ दिग्वस्त्रा दातुमुपाकर्षन्तं ताः निर्धूतद्वयशोकविमोहं बुद्धं बुद्धेरन्धस्थम् सत्तामात्र शरीरं प्रणमत गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् कान्तं कारणकारणमादिमनादिं कालघनाभासम् कालिन्दीगतकालिय शिरसि सुनृत्यन्तं मुहुरत्यन्तं कालं कालकलातीतं कलिताशेषं कलिदोषघ्नं कालत्रयगतिहेतुं प्रणमत गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् वृन्दावन भुवि वृन्दारकगण वृन्दाराधितवन्द्याय कुन्दाभामलमन्दस्मेरसुधानन्दं सुमहानन्दम् वन्द्याशेषमहामुनिमानस वन्द्यानन्दपदद्वन्द्वम् नन्द्याशेषगुणाब्धिं प्रणमत गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् गोविन्दाष्टकमेतदधीते गोविन्दार्पितचेतायो गोविन्दाच्युत माधव विष्णो गोकुलनायक कृष्णेति गोविन्दाङ्घ्रिसरोज ध्यान सुधा जलधौत समस्ताघो गोविन्दं परमानन्दामृतमन्तस्थं सतमभ्येति प्रणमत गोविन्दं परमानन्दम् Pranamat Govindam Paramanandam. Pranamat Govindam Paramanandam. Such a fascinating, interesting, very informative Vedantic Stotra, which has a beautiful legend about the background of the very creation of this Govindashtakam. Shankaracharya is everything, a great mystic as well, with so much of siddhis in him. On one of the Ekadashi days, Shankaracharya and Narada Muni, both of them were traveling in the space, conversing with one another. Then Narada Muni told him, Shankaracharya, I am descending down to Guruvayur. Today is Guruvayur Ekadashi, and today is the day when the Gitopadesha took place in Kurukshetra to Arjuna. And whoever gets the darshana of Narayana in Guruvayur today, they will have the Paripurna blessings. Shankaracharya did not take note of these sentences spoken by Narada Muni, and he just started moving forward. Within few steps, Shankaracharya just fell down, being drawn down by, pulled down by none other than Guruvayurappan. And when he opened his eyes, he was in the position of doing namaskara to Guruvayurappan in the temple. So when he saw Narayana, Guruvayurappan, out of ecstasy, extreme joy, he started pouring out his heart, which came in the form of Govindashtakam. And Guruvayurappan, being extremely pleased with Shankaracharya, he told Shankara, you stay here for 41 days and you have to be in meditation. And also, you have to come with a plan for the proceedings of daily puja, which has to take place in this temple. So you plan out how the puja should take place in this temple. Not only that, on Guruvayur Ekadashi day, from the dawn to dusk, there should be the prayers going on continuously in this temple. So Shankaracharya, with joy and utmost care, he did all the jobs which Guruvayurappan had given him. And also he handed over the responsibility to continue that Guruvayur Ekadashi in the temple to the royal family, Chiralayam. And even to this day, we can see that happening in all Guruvayurappan temples, especially in Kerala. So, let us see what Govindashtakam, the name itself, why it is Govinda. What is the meaning of the word Govinda? Of course, Ashtaka is the 8 stanzas. Govinda has 2 words, Go and Vinda. Go is such a meaningful, I would say, a meaningful concept in the form of a word, go. So when we go to Amarakosha, the meaning of go goes on and on and on and on. So I have selected few and I will read it out. Go means Veda, a cow, a bull, products of cow or bull, the stars or rays of light as the herds of the sky, the sun, the moon, the sky, heaven, swarga or paradise, a ray of light, the thunderbolt, the earth, number 9 in mathematics, a singer, a billion, a cow sacrifice, a house, a kind of sacrifice, the sacrifice of a cow, senses, hair of the body, water, the eye, an arrow, quarter, speech, also identified with the goddess of speech, Saraswati. A mother, a kind of medicinal plant, a region of the sky, and it keeps going on. So when we look at the range of the meaning, we can take it as the whole manifestation. Go. Or the world, the universe, which is manifest. Vinda. Vinda means one who pleases. Go. One who pleases. The whole list which I said, go. One who protects, go. And one who beholds, go. He is called as Govinda. So he pleases the whole universe, which has multiple forms, multiple intelligence, multiple minds, and he is pleasing everyone, everything. And he also makes himself available to be enjoyed. That is also Vinda. So how is he doing all these things? Because he is retaining his Nirgunatva even when he is Sagunabrahman. Nirgunatva means he is retaining his original characteristic of being Nirakara, formless, Nirguna, without any attributes, as pure Atma. Even when he has come or incarnated as Govinda, Krishna. So, Govinda, when we think of the word Govinda, when we find great difficulty, something which is not possible to attain, or going through difficulties, even then, we call out Govinda. For example, to climb up the hill of Tirupati, we keep on saying, Govinda, 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 Govinda. Like that, we get energy just by uttering the word Govinda. And without our knowledge, Govinda is present in us through the sound, through the Shabda, as well as within. So we get activated. We get the energy, power. And we climb Tirupati. And in another way also we use it. When things go horribly wrong, or when we lose something which is very valuable, then also we say, oh, Govinda, Govinda. Totally everything is gone. Govinda, Govinda. Isn't it? So, Govinda is a very friendly name, at the same time protective name of Govinda. So, if we see the background of why Govindashtakam came into the mind of Shankaracharya, it says everything, isn't it? Govinda, Govinda. Govindashtakam is a very interesting Ashtakam, Stotra, which weaves Nirgunabrahman with Sagunabrahman in the form as Krishna. And also it appeals, this Govindashtaka appeals to all people, whatever be the path they are following. It appeals because it has nothing but the truth, the words. And Shankaracharya has used the contradictory words, phrases, and concepts to convey and clarify many aspects of our Sanatana Dharma. Vedantic words, philosophical concepts he has come up with. And then in every stanza, he is very clearly describing different leelas, the sports of Krishna when he was very young, when he was adult, when he was going through the adolescent age as that cowboy. He has described all, but throughout he has been seeing only that Sat Chit Ananda Nirgunabrahman in that form. We commoners or ignorant people, we are able to perceive and become one with the form of Krishna, who is having the peacock feather, dark complexion, and who is a cowboy, and who is very attractive through his leelas as well as his compassion. So we become one with that form of Krishna. Whereas Shankaracharya is describing that form, but what is he seeing in that form? He's not seeing the form, but piercing through that form, he is able to see that Paramatma, who is Nirakara Nirguna Brahman. So that is very evident in this Govindashtaka. So How is this Govindashtakam? How can we relate to it? I will give you an example. Just visualize it. There is a house in a village which is filled with trees and everything. And there are many children. When they come out, they see a barrel of water in front of the house. And because it is in the evening on the full moon day, the moon's reflection is falling on the water. One of the children who is short and young, that child will come holding the barrel, it sees the reflection and it gets into lots of joy, and out of ecstasy it starts calling everyone else, come here, I can see moon right in front of me. It doesn't say reflection of the moon, it says I'm seeing the moon. And all children gather around the barrel and they start jumping out of joy that moon is there right in front. And because all the children are breathing into the water, and because they are jumping up and down, the water is slightly moving, distorting the reflection. Yet the children are so deeply involved in enjoying the reflection of the moon. Then the elderly person who is sitting at the back, he comes and tells the children, oh children, just look up what is there, see. So from that reflection of the moon, they all turn towards the real moon and say, wow, it is so clear. And this moon shine is so great. It's not moving. It is so stable and it is so beautiful. I like that much more than this moon, which is moving and getting distorted. Isn't it? So, similarly, Shankaracharya, like that old man, is taking all of us. We are all hanging on to the form and the name. Through that itself, Shankaracharya is showing us what that Govinda in reality is. So he has chosen the right name for this Ashtakam as Govinda. So when you know that Go has so many meanings, the range, the mind also expands to visualize that Govinda, not in that one form as Krishna, but the whole universe. So let us go and see as much as possible. Let us draw that Govindatva into us. And Shankaracharya has given us that asset. Let's enjoy. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Nityam, Anakasham, Paramakasham. So this first line is telling us about Nirakara Nirguna Brahman. What is he? Satyam. Satyam, the loose translation is truth. But Satyam, Satyam, that which is pure existence. Satyam, it is eternal existence. That is none other than Atma. So, there can be only one truth, which is Atma as the base. That is what is Govinda. He is that Satya, the eternal truth, which is there as one and only one existence. Eternal existence. Satyam. In that comes the universe as way. Satyam, Jnanam. Jnana is, again, if we say Jnana as knowledge, it is not full meaning. When we are referring it to this Satyam, the Atma, Nirakara, Nirguna Atma, that is having the characteristic of Jnana. That Jnana is just knowing without being channelized to know anything else. That means just the skill or the capacity of knowing of what, when, how, why, they are all peripheral things which will come only when it is manifested. Whereas here it is just that capacity to know, and it knows. So it is jnanam. Jna means to know. Jnana is that which is known as knowledge. That's it. I know. No. What? It is not, has gone, it has not gone down to that. The knowledge is that skill of knowing. So, because that light of knowledge is there, it is possible to know everything as a whole, as every part as well, when the manifestation takes place. So that knowledge, jnana, will be in the form of pure consciousness. We have to contemplate and keep thinking from different angles. Then we will know what that pure knowledge is, without any adjective connected to it, or any further channelization has not happened. Jnanam anantam. Ananta is limitless. It's ever expansive. So when it is ever expansive, the manifested universe is very small, like a pebble in that ever expansive Govinda, which is Atma. Nityam, it is eternal. Because Govinda as Satya, Jnana, Ananta, and it is Nitya as well, it is eternal. The manifestation is happening because of the presence of this Satya, Jnanam, Anantam, Nityam. We see the whole manifestation. That is Govinda. that consciousness, Atma, which is Nirakara, Nirguna, is Govinda. Anakasham and Akasha is representing the Panchabhutas, all the 5 elements. It is that Nirakara Nirguna Govinda who has created the Panchabhutas, in which Akasha holds the other 4 elements in itself. So, when he is the creator of the 5 elements, naturally, he is not one of the 5 Panchabhutas, or he is not influenced or affected by the Panchabhutas. He is beyond. So, he is Anakasha. He is without the 5 elements. Whereas we are living as the combination of 5 elements. So we are Akasha. We are that Panchabhuta. Whereas he, Govinda, his original state is Anakasha. Paramakasha. The next one is Paramakasha. He is that supreme space. 2 opposite, Anakasha and Paramakasha. How can we justify this? Akasha is that Akasha which is one of the elements, which is space or the sky which we are seeing all around us. It is called Bahyakasha. There is Chittakasha, which is the space in the mind. The space in the mind is much bigger than the Bahyakasha which we are seeing. Chidakasha is that which is in the consciousness, which is much bigger than this Chittakasha. And that's also called Paramakasha, which is very much present in the cave of the heart. So, Paramakasha, he is that Paramakasha, the supreme space, which is there in the heart of every being. You are also carrying that Paramakasha, who is Govinda. And it is the subtlest. One can only experience it as we go within. In Chandogya Upanishad, in Dahara Vidya, when they are describing that Dahara Vidya, they say one should meditate in the heart to get Sakshatkara, the realization of Atma, and also to get the Darshana of the deity. So, he is very much that Paramakasha, which is very much present in the heart. And he is not influenced by the Akasha. He is Anakasha. Akasha gets destroyed during Pralaya. Isn't it? All the 5 elements will be gone during Pralaya. Whereas Paramakasha will be there eternally in the form of, during Pralaya, in the form of the essence. It is there. So all the 5 elements, all the forms even our body, everything will be gone. But Govinda, one who protects the whole universe, he keeps it in the form of the essence, bija, seed. And when the time comes, he releases it. So that is the understanding. Next. That Parama Nityam Anakasham Paramakasham. The next line. Goshtha Prangana Rinkhana Lolam Anayasam Paramayasam. Goshtha Prangana. In the cow shed, where it has the courtyard like big space. Goshtha Prangana. Prangana means the courtyard or the open space which is there in front of Goshtha. Goshtha means the cow shed. There, Rinkhana Lolam. He joyfully engages himself in Rinkhana, means crawling. As a child, as a small baby Krishna, he loves crawling all over Goshtha Prangana. And Lolam, he enjoys it. He is pleased with crawling around. Anayasam, that too so easily, without exerting himself. Anayasam. Paramayasam. He appears, he shows himself, he acts as though he is putting so much of effort to crawl around. So, if we look at this, Paramayasa means supreme exertion. Parama ayasa, anayasa. See the contradictory things. So let us understand why Shankaracharya has taken this. The first line is totally about Nirgunabrahman. Now he's taking Sagunabrahman. Just in 2 lines, we can see that difference. And how beautifully he is weaving into one another. Now let us see. Goshtha, Goshtha, Go is the list which I read. It covers everything. It is not limited to that cow shed. When we take it in the literal meaning, Goshtha Prangana is that cow shed with lots of space in front of it as courtyard. But when we take it in its real sense, Goshtha becomes the whole universe. Prangana is the kshetra where that Nirguna Brahman is crawling anayasa without exerting himself. He is crawling around. Means what? He has pervaded every inch of that Goshtha Prangana. Isn't it? The whole universe is Goshtha Prangana for that Nirakara Nirguna Brahman. As Sagunabrahman, young Krishna, he is moving around in Kaushik. Here, see the way he has used Rinkhana. Of all the leelas, he did so many. But Shankaracharya has taken crawling in the courtyard in front of Kaushik. Why crawling? Not walking or running or jumping, hopping. He didn't use it. Because in crawling, no space is left. If we jump, this amount of space is left off from the touch of that Govinda. Isn't it? When Govinda as Nirgunabrahman crawling means that Atma has to be in touch with every inch, every cell of the whole universe. For that, crawling is the only way in which he can be in touch with constantly throughout by crawling, not jumping or walking. Even in that, we skip the space, isn't it? Rinkhana lolam anayasam. Yes, for Nirguna Brahman, it is anayasa only. Paramayasam, that is only a put-up show. That Atman is there in every form. But has it become the form itself? No. That Nirguna Brahman is keeping up his status as Nirguna Brahman in every form. So this form is decayable and it is destroyable. But that Parama Atma, Govinda, who is within every form, is retaining his natural status being Nirguna Brahman. So, then what is this form? It is just an appearance. It is just a reflection, or it is just an act. And he has just created the form, but he is actually in the form as Nirguna Brahman. See how beautifully he has taken the Sagunabrahman Krishna to show that he is crawling in everyone. Even you and me, we are that Govinda, but we are not realizing it. Because I am becoming this body and becoming this mind. So I'm not connecting all the time with that Govinda. And so I have become Alakananda. And you have become something else. So what is it? Even I am enacting as Alakananda, if I take it in the right way. Who am I? I am that Govinda. I am that Atma, Nirguna Atma. But I'm acting as though I am Alakananda with my own mind and my own body, and I see you all as different. See how much he has filled with just these two lines. And Maya Kalpita Nanakaram Anakaram Bhuvanakaram. So beautiful. And how is he achieving it? He is creating Nanakaram. And he is in so many akaras, in so many forms. How is he creating so many multiple forms? And he is recognized as those through Maya Kalpita, through illusion of projecting Vikshepa and Avarana, veiling the reality. And for that to do, he has taken Kala, Desha, Karya Karana Bhava as the accessory factors to make it a perfect, very intricate, very subtle, but very strong leela. So, because that Govinda is there in every form. It is he who has taken Nanakara. How beautifully Sarvam Brahmamayam is speaking through these words. Everything is Govinda only, in different forms. Maya Kalpita Nanakaram Anakaram. Are, this Govinda is Anakaram, without any form, because he is retaining himself. He is living himself. He is maintaining himself as that Nirguna Nirakara Brahman. And he is present in that form in all shapes and things what we see, be it living beings or non-living beings. He is there in every form. Anakaram. He doesn't have the akara. Then Bhuvanakaram. See, Nanakara, Anakara. Now Bhuvanakara. He takes the form as the Virat Rupa of the whole universe. He becomes the whole universe. Even then, he is maintaining himself as Nirakara Nirguna Govinda. Govinda. So, that Krishna, baby Krishna, even if you take it, he is crawling in everyone, in every being, in the form as Atma, and it is there throughout the body, throughout the mind. Because of that ray of consciousness, which is lighting up the mind and the body, we are so vibrant with so much of life in us that Krishna is playing, crawling in Goshtha Prangana. He has made this also as Goshtha Prangana. And he's very easily crawling all over. He's crawling all over. Got the point? Kshmama Natham. Kshma means earth. Ma, mother. Natham. He is the Lord of, he is the husband of Bhudevi, Mata Bhudevi. We all know when Bhudevi was taken away by Hiranyaksha down to Patada, passing through the ocean. Vishnu, Govinda, took the form as Varaha and he protected her. He brought her up. He protected. And Govinda, to please the whole universe, to protect the whole universe, he needs that Kshmama next to him. Because we are all there. We call it a world, Jagat, standing firmly on Mother Earth. Without her, is it possible? No. So, Kshmama Natham, he is the Lord of that Bhudevi. Anatham, he is the Natha of Kshma, the whole earth. But he is without any Natha over him. He is that supreme. Isn't? Because he is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Nityam Nirgunabrahman. it is that Govinda. There cannot be anything superior to him as Natha. So he is Anath. Natham, Anatham, Pranamata, go down. Govindam, Paramanandam. So Govinda gives extreme joy as Nirgunabrahman and Sagunabrahman to all beings. He gives Parama Ananda, the extreme happiness, which is Brahmananda, the bliss, to all the yogis, all the seekers who attain that capacity to receive that bliss, Paramananda, from that Govinda. To Jnani, he gives that utmost bliss. Govindam Paramanandam Pranamata. I bow down to him. Mritsna Matsi Heti Yashoda Tadana Shaishava Santrasam. Mritsnam, that is mud. Atsi means eating. Iha, here, iti. Yashoda Tadana. So Yashoda tried to beat him by saying, "You are eating mud here? Are you eating mud here?" She got angry on that young Krishna and she scolded and started beating. Shaishava Santrasam. At that point, when Yashoda was scolding and trying to beat, he was in Shaishava Avastha. Shaishava means a shishu, a small child. Santrasam, he acted as though he is very, very frightened with what Yashoda is doing. Vyadita Vaktra Lokita Loka Aloka Chaturdasha Lokalim. So that is next stage. Let us see the first one in detail. Here, he wants to be, Govinda wants to be in touch with Kshma, that is Earth, because he has taken the responsibility of Sthiti, preservation of the universe. For that, he needs Shakti, who is in the form of Bhumi, the element Earth, as a gross element, which is giving base for all things to live on. But he is in that Shaishava Avastha, as a child he is right now. But even at that, he needs oneness with Earth. And according to what he is in the state of existence, accordingly he is being in touch with Kshma. The children do eat the mud. But here, that Krishna is acting, he is appearing as though he is really eating the mud, but it is only show off. He is the master of drama. So he knows. So he is in touch with Earth in that form as a child eating the mud. And when Yashoda comes and scolds him, naturally he should act as a child. So he's showing, putting up the face as he's so frightened as a child. Vyadita Vaktra. Vyadita means when Yashoda said, open your mouth, he had to open his mouth. When Vyadita means opened. Vaktra is the mouth. Vyadita Vaktra Alokita. Loka Aloka. Yashoda saw his open mouth. What did she see? What did she see? Alokita. Loka, she could see some. Aloka, she could not see some. Of Chaturdasha Loka Alim. The row of 14 worlds in his mouth. So, what is he telling? In the opened mouth of Krishna, baby Krishna, Yashoda saw some of the worlds, and some other worlds she could not see, which was going in a row within his mouth. So, what can we understand by this? Brahmanda has 14 lokas, one Brahmanda. Yashoda saw 14 lokas. But all were, alim means it was going in the, it was circulating in the row. So she could see some of the lokas, loka, aloka. She could not see some other. We can take it in two different ways. In one Brahmanda, the 14 lokas were there, and Yashoda could see few, and many were not seen by her. But she could get that experience. In another way, when we take the same line, there are not one Brahmanda, there are so many Brahmandas. Among them, she could see one Brahmanda with 14 lokas, but not all other Brahmandas. So here we can understand how that Govinda is ever expansive, and his work, leela, of creating the illusory worlds, universes, are also so many, and everything cannot be experienced. Everything cannot be perceived or seen. So, Vyadita Vaktra Alokita. It was seen. Loka Aloka. Chaturdasha Loka Alim. So, we can also understand as sadhakas. When we compare the first line where he had eaten the mud and he was closing his mouth. So it was kept as hidden, as secret. When something is hidden and secretive, there comes the fear or other emotions like doubt, confusion in a sadhaka. Whereas when he has that openness, the confidence comes, the strength to move forward comes. So here as Sagunabrahman, Krishna, baby, he is showing both the characteristics which a sadhaka or the bhakta would go through. So first he had closed his mouth, which created a kind of fear. So when we have something veiled, hidden, secretive, we go through that fear, anxiety, doubt, confusion. But when it is just wide opened, without any veil, no secretiveness, no hidden things, everything is open. Then we get that confidence, clarity, good understanding, and we get the strength to move forward. It also is the knowledge. Lokatrayapura Moolastambham. Lokalokam Analokam. Constantly Shankaracharya is using contradictory words, but they're all going in one line. In the sense, they're all one with the concept. It is not against one another. Lokatraya Pura. The three worlds in the body. Pura is body. We have three shariras and also three avasthas, Jagrut, Swapna, Sushupti, which create totally different three worlds. Lokatraya Pura Moolastambham. He is the supportive pillar for that Lokatraya Pura to exist. Because he is Narayana, isn't it? Guruvayurappan is Narayana. Govinda is Narayana. Nara Ayana. Ayana means the supportive pillar to all the Naras, all the living beings, human beings. Moolastambham. He is the great base as the pillar. Loka Alokam. He is seen as well as unseen. As Sagunabrahman, he is there. But are we enjoying him every moment? No, he is unseen. Analokam. He is totally invisible also. So what does it mean? In Lokatraya Pura, in the body, we have three avasthas. Let us take that first. In Jagrut and Swapna, we do see all the forms, which is nothing but Nanakara, Bhuvanakara of that Govinda. So we do perceive, we do experience his form, multiple forms, in multiple ways, enacting during awakened state where we experience. Even in Swapna, dream state also we see, we perceive. In Sushupti, when we are in deep sleep, unseen, we are not able to see or perceive that Nanakara, Bhuvanakara. And Analokam, he is invisible totally. Because he is Nirgunabrahman. So beautifully it is created. We know Arjuna was given the Divya Drishti to see his Virat Rupa, which we see it in Bhagavad Gita. There, Arjuna was shown the whole manifestation with different things happening within the whole body, which Yashoda saw in the mouth. To see that Sagunabrahman, he had to have a Divya Drushti. The eyes were not enough. So he was given the Divya Drushti, Arjuna, just to see the Sagunabrahman. But in reality, he is analokam. He is invisible. He cannot be seen. So, this shows that this Ashtaka, one should become sensitive to observe around and grasp the very innermost essence from each form. Not to stop perceiving the outer form. No doubt we can enjoy the outer form, but there is a need for us to pierce through and go deep inside. Lokesham Paramesham. He is Lokesha. Loka Isha. That means to the manifested universe, he is Isha. He is the Lord. He is the Ishvara who is protecting, who is pleasing to the whole world as Govinda for the manifestation. He is also Parama Isha. He is, as Nirgunabrahman, he is Parama, the supreme, ultimate, absolute Isha, the Lord, as Nirguna Sat Atma. Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. One who gives extreme happiness to all beings, and that Brahmananda to the Jnanis and the realized souls as Govinda in the form of Krishna. And then Traivishtaparipu Viragnam Kshitibharagnam Bhavarogagnam. Traivishtapa. Traivishtapa means all beings who live in the heaven. That is, all devatas, apsaras, different categories, who all are there, demigods, semigods, Traivishtapa, all devatas, we can take it as ganas, devagana, who are divine and very conducive for preserving, maintaining sthiti of this universe. They are also giving helping hand to Govinda. Ripu, Viragnam. Govinda, Gna means to destroy. He destroys the enemies, Ripu, of Traivishtapa. Even though they are Veera, even though they are so valorous, with so much of power and strength, they are the evil forces, demons, who are not conducive for maintaining sthiti of this universe. So he destroys them, he kills them at once. Traivishtapa Ripu Viragnam. He destroys them. Kshitibharagnam. And he also takes away, destroys the bhara, the burden or the weight created by these evil forces, these demons on Kshiti, the earth. So the very reason for this Krishnavatara to take place is when there were too many demonic evil forces corrupting the ongoing work of the earth. Mother Earth started feeling that burden on her, and she was not at all happy. So she went in the form of a cow to Brahma for help. Then Brahma said, let us go to Vishnu who can take care of this. So when she went in the form of Go Mata, our mind should run to recapture the lines of meaning of word go. So when she went in the form of Go Mata, he had to come down as Govinda, Krishna. Kshiti Bharagnam, Bhavarogagnam. So Kshiti Bharagnam, what cosmically taking care of preserving the universe. What about the individuals? Even they go through that bhara, the burden. How? Samsara. Bhavaroga is the disease of samsara. All the karmas, dushkarmas, which we have done and we have accrued, the effect of that as vasanas in us, and we have to go through it, the result of it, phala. So, by killing the Arishad Vargas, which is very much within us, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsara, Mada, Arishad Varga, and then the delusion by which we are creating so many situations. All these things are causing us to go round and round and round in samsara. That he takes away. Bhavarogagnam. He destroys that at once. Kaivalyam Navanitaharam Anaharam Bhuvanaharam. Vale. Kaivalyam. He is not affected by any of the manifested objects in the world. He is not closely connected, or he is connected, but he is not involved the way we all are involved. So he is not affected by any of the manifested things. He is pure. He has maintained himself as unalloyed, pure, Nirguna Atman. So he is pure. He is not affected, tainted by any of the manifested things. Kaivalyam. And what does he do? Govinda, Krishna. He takes Navanita as ahara. Navanita is the butter. Butter is his food, ahara. What is that? Navanita. Navanita, the butter is prepared by heating tapana and then culturing and then churning, mathana. All these things would have gone through to prepare that butter, which is white and soft, sattvika. Govinda having taken the responsibility of sthiti of the universe, he is mainly having sattva guna, sattvika. So he is taking that Navanita as his ahara. He doesn't need food, anahara. He doesn't need food, but he is eating Navanita as an act to give pleasure to Yashoda, all other gopis who used to give with so much of love to him. So, even as Sagunabrahman Krishna, he used to eat all those things, but it was only to please them. But he was not needing any ahara. And another way we can understand is anahara, because he is Nirgunabrahman. He is maintaining himself as that Nirguna Brahman, even as Krishna, even as Govinda. He used to always be in that Purnavatara, which is with all the 16 kalas. So, he was maintaining that state of existence even as Krishna. So, he was a perfect yogi. Anahara. And Bhuvanaharam. He eats the whole Bhuvana, the whole universe, he takes as food. That is during Pralaya. How beautiful it is. See, Kaivalyam, Navanitaharam, Anaharam, Bhuvanaharam. So, within a line, Shankaracharya is weaving Nirguna and Saguna Brahman, taking Krishnavatara as the base for Govindashtakam. Vaimalya Sphuta Cheto Vritti Visheshabhasam Anabhasam. Vaimalya. There is no impurity at all. He is pure, unalloyed. He is just Kevala. He is just that Nirguna Brahman. So, he is Vaimalya. And he is giving the same capacity to all the sadhakas and bhaktas who really want to have darshan of him, who want to realize him in his Nirguna existence as Nirguna Brahman and as Saguna Brahman also. So even their mind is also made Vaimalya with no impurity. Sphuta Cheto Vritti. In that clear, pure mind, Cheto Vritti is the thought, that is mind. Sphuta, he manifests Visheshabhasam as a special abhasa, as a reflection. So what does it mean? That Govinda as Krishna, he appears abhasa as a reflection in the pure mind without any stain or impurity. In that mind, he shines. Sphuta. with so much of clarity, one can perceive. So, Krishna as Bimba, Krishna as the main, Govinda as the main Bimba. He is Bhasa. He is self-illuminous, like Atma. So Atma is self-illuminous. It is that who is Govinda. Bhasa. When the Bhakta or the Sadhaka meditates or with so much of devotion, makes the mind very pure, no other thought, just the thought of Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. He very clearly shines as a reflection in the mind. Anabhasam. But something else cannot reflect him. So we have to understand here, he's giving the deep picture of what that Govinda is. Govinda is Nirguna Atman, which is self-illuminous. That is Bhasa. And he is Anabhasa also. Anabhasa, why? Something else making him luminary. No, it is not possible, because he is the one who is giving luminosity to all other things. When he is the giver of that luminosity to light, to everything else, what else is there superior to that self-illuminous thing to illuminate it? There's nothing. So he is Bhasa and Anabhasam. He cannot be revealed by something else. He cannot be reflected because of some other light. In that way, when the seeker or the bhakta is meditating on him with pure mind, Vaimalya Cheto Vritti, he reflects Abhasa. He reflects himself in the pure mind. So the words look difficult, but once we start contemplating and visualizing it, it is easy. Bhasa is Anabhasa and Abhasa in the mind. So, Nijamana Mukura Sudhari. Tulsidas says that in Hanuman Chalisa. When we make our mind pure, naturally the deity shines. Shaivam Kevala Shantam Pranamata Govindam Paramanandam. Shaivam, he is the worshipper of Shiva. Another meaning, Shaiva means one who has that auspiciousness as his characteristic. That is Govinda. He is very auspicious. Meaning of the word Shiva is auspiciousness. Shaiva, he is having that. Shaiva, auspiciousness. And also, he is appearing, he is acting, he is showing as though he is different from Shiva. And so he is like a worshipper of Shiva. Because Shiva is also Nirgunabrahman. Govinda is also the same Nirgunabrahman, which is Parama Atma. So this Shiva and Govinda are only the two different names in two different light of consciousness, which we are perceiving, but they are one and the same. To play with us, to make us play the game, he is also showing himself as Shiva. But he is Shiva. And Shiva is that Govinda. Kevala. Kevala means is nothing but that pure Atma. Unalloyed. Alloyed means so many things are put together and it becomes one. For example, we are all alloyed people with 5 elements, emotions, and Sapta Dhatu in this body. We have so many things in us. All together is called Alakananda, or whatever you are. The whole universe is an alloyed being, living being of 5 Panchabhutas, isn't it? But he is Kevala, is just pure Govinda. That is why he has so much of power in him to take care of multiplicity in the universe. And he pleases everyone. That is possible because he is Kevala and he is Shaiva. Shantam. He is tranquility. So the excitement or becoming very dull is the characteristic of the form called the mind. But he is not affected by that. He is Kevala Shanta. Pranamata, I bow down to the Govinda who gives immense joy to all of us, being in everyone. Because that Govinda is in the heart, in that Paramakasha, we are thinking of him. We are happy to talk about him. And he is crawling throughout Goshtha Prangana, crawling. So we are working also in good health and good mind, isn't it? The life is happening because of his presence, Govinda. And he is Paramananda. He is that Brahmananda. And so he can give only that Paramananda to all who want. So, as we keep thinking about every line, every word, we can understand more and more. Om Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. Shivashakti, Shivashakti, Shivashakti Om. शिवशक्ति 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 ओम